Bell, Leva Bates. Trying to reason with Awesome Kong. That'd be like trying to reason with a brick. Immediately grabbing those locks of hair. Oh!
Get out of here!
Look at that, Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts.
Yeah, best seat in the house. You know where's the best seat? Yeah. You know
What's the best seat? What's the best seat? Ah!
OSW. She absolutely
What was
loves
that
Jay. She's like, Jay is my favorite of OSW. And my wife was like, OOC is the best. I'm like, oh yeah, cheers, girls. Yeah, thank you.
Correct.
Your third favorite boy here.
Correct.
See, they've gotten their fill of you. They can get a
fucking sick of me.
V1 review whenever they want. Steve, I noticed you've got a book there beside you.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Oh, I like to read, yeah.
Oh, don't rub it in. Mr. Comprehension.
So,
What have you got?
well, Jay.
Natural.
Wasn't it? This is, you can take a picture of it if you like. Justin Roberts, best seat in the house. Your backstage pass through my WWE journey. Forward by legendary hardcore icon Tommy Dreamer and published by the good people of M&M.
I wonder if they thought Forward by Tommy Dreamer would sell more copies.
I don't know. Yeah, and it's quite, bold and brazen at the bottom here. Quote from WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross. I don't know why he needs any introduction. It's Jim Ross, He always seemed to be much more than a talented ring announcer, as he was a true student of the game, which seemed to be a well-kept secret. That's so insulting. Like, what's wrong with being a talented ring announcer? And I have, nice things to say about the guy. I also have some unpleasant things to say about him.
Nah.
Not me.
Nah.
Right, so, will I tell you about the book?
Go for it.
Okay.
Before we start, well done with your review on Terminator 6. It's very well received.
Excellent. And may I suggest, I'll take credit for this, may I suggest we review the other Terminator movies in a more structured way?
Oh, do you guys like to see that?
Yeah.
Who cares? Because we won.
Yeah, we definitely should. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Love to. Absolutely.
Love it. Yeah.
From Superstars to Saturday night's main event to SmackDown to Monday Night Raw to the pay-per-views like the Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania.
Life now has slowed down. Autographs, notes, and photos take up his home office in Scottsdale. He's even taken the time to write a book about the ups and downs of his career. Of course, that microphone always nearby.
Justin Roberts.
Yes.
A lovely fella.
Well, hold on, we'll get to that.
Allegedly. Allegedly lovely.
Have you ever thought about what it would be like to read a book about somebody who you didn't care about or did not have a good story or an interesting story to tell? Well, now you can, my friend. Justin Roberts. So, I've read many books in my life. I've read many books. Mostly wrestling autobiographies. And I would say the vast majority are not good. A main point about that is because they like to talk about their lives. I don't care about your life. Tell me what happened when you got into the WWE, not when you were in the territories before that, not when you were in the indies, when you walked in the door of the WWE. Tell me from then until you retired from WWE, because I don't care what you're doing now.
Quick question. How many chapters are they allocated to build up their entire life, training, and...
One.
A single chapter?
Yes,
I
one.
was born, I lived, I wrestled.
And then I got signed.
Chapter 2.
Like, Edge is a demon for telling us about his life. Shawn Michaels, terrible.
About Jesus, no.
Like, what? No, he's not. He's a little bit about Jesus at the end. He's not too bad. But the beginning is so much about him growing up. Brett, I'll give Brett a pass because I do want to hear about the Hart family and what it was like to grow up in the Hart family. But Justin Roberts, you think you don't care about Edge and Shawn Michaels' lives. Wait till you read Justin Roberts' life. He's got 2 nice parents and a nice sister. And he spends hundreds of pages talking about them. and I don't care about one word of it, right? All I want to hear, I never wanted to read this book. It was recommended by other people who read books.
Who? Name and shame.
And they say, go read the Justin Roberts book. Because, I was like Googling good wrestling books. And this came
I
up.
also heard that this book was good.
Yeah. And look, fundamentally, and I don't know if this needs to be edited, censored or whatever. Fundamentally, he's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. And I don't know if anything is going to happen that I sound stupid. But from what I know of reading this particular book, he's a really nice guy.
The book he wrote.
That's an excellent point, Jay. He loves the business, like really loves the business, cares about the business, wants what's right for the business. Then we get into the WWE stuff. When you read a wrestling book, what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear such and such, like Jericho's a lovely guy, of course he is, everyone knows that. Cena's a company guy, yeah, we know that, etc., etc. We want to hear who the assholes are, yes?
Yes.
That's why you read
The
wrestling
scandal,
books.
yeah.
Yeah.
Backstage ska.
Yeah. And
The juicy goss.
yeah, and JBL, yeah, there's a few sentences dedicated to JBL, but nothing we didn't know already. He's an asshole and he's a bully.
He sod his bum.
He didn't mention anything like that. I'd imagine he did.
His bum remained unsodded.
You're not going to write that, are you, in your book?
No, you just tweet about it years later.
And he was forced off one of the buses at one point, until there was a babyface bus and a heel bus, and Justin Roberts was forced off it by JBL.
There was a babyface bus and a heel bus.
I think so, unless I'm dreaming, but yes, I'm pretty sure that was mentioned
in
this
like
book.
the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
That level of kayfabe.
Yeah.
That level of kayfabe.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love
I think so, yeah. But other than that, there wasn't much other than JBL is an asshole. He's a horrible. He hated the SmackDown locker room, loved the Raw locker room, and the ECW locker room. So the SmackDown locker room.
The WWE ECW locker room.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
The SmackDown locker room had JBL, and that's all it would probably take. And probably Bob Holly was mentioned as well. And those two together, obviously. Benoit was an asshole. I mean, despite everything else, we know all that stuff. But in the locker room, I thought he was very quiet. I heard he was very quiet, kept himself to himself. No, he was a horrible bully as well.
Oh.
That's something that you never heard.
No.
Yeah.
In cahoots with JBL. Did not know that before. Can I shock you? Triple H is an asshole.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
No
that
way.
guy. Yeah.
I'm surprised he wrote that.
Uncle Paul.
Papa H.
Not like a bully. And yeah, again, this is what I would have imagined Triple H to be. He's not a bully. He's not going around, stealing people's clothes and beating the shit out of them. He's more just ignoring people, only talking to the higher ups like Vince, Kevin Dunn, and
Working.
yes. No. I mean, licking arse, basically.
Yeah.
And basically just making fun, like you'd expect a Triple H, making fun of everyone else.
And you can't make fun of him.
Oh, God, no. And making a fool out of everyone to big himself up, and everyone laughs along because they're scared because he's the boss. No surprises there. WWE is, from what it sounds like, also incompetent. We talk about WCW being completely incompetent. WWE seems to be the same way. No cues for when Justin Roberts should do his introductions. He doesn't know a lot of the time who he's introducing. All over the place, people saying one thing in one ear, people saying something else in the other.
But when he does ring announcing, he has to be very specific. He can't say from around 200-ish pounds from somewhere in America.
No, he's saying he doesn't know who's coming out next because the script changes so much during a show.
So should he just show up 10 minutes before they go live then?
But he is
get the
there all
finals
day.
right.
He's there all day and the script is changing. He's sitting out at ringside and they've changed everything and nobody will tell him what.
At least everyone has the same weight and height and hometown,
Oh, yeah. Well,
So what else is he doing? Like,
I mean...
he just has to say them in different order.
He does, but he changes it up and he, like one of his little things is if somebody is 205 pounds, he'll call them 206 pounds.
Oh, kayfabe.
Get him out of the locker room. Bullying.
A liar.
A bounder.
So they will...
And even a cad.
So he'll get berated. Everything he does is wrong. Vince says do it this way, he'll do it that way. You should have done it the other way, etc., etc. Kevin Dunn obviously is a sniveling lick arse. extremely good at
Bucky
his
Beaver
job.
motherfucker.
Yeah. But, an asshole. What I found the most interesting thing in the whole book was Lillian Garcia, right? I don't think Justin Roberts likes her at all. He doesn't explicitly say it, but she comes across as a diva, and I don't mean a WWE diva, I mean like a prima donna. A couple of things were funny. One was that, she had her breaks to go and pursue her failed music career. It's just so there was one particular break, she was gone a year, 2 years, whatever, and Justin Roberts took over. And she came back and, she was announcing Raw and wouldn't do the dark matches because she wanted her big return on live TV. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you.
No one sees the dark matches anyway. Like for the millions watching at home, her return is on TV.
Oh yeah, but she wanted to pop the crowd. I doubt the crowd popped. To see Lillian Garcia. Yeah.
Golf clap, sure.
Yeah.
It's one of those where they come out and it's silent, so they just turn up the music louder.
Yeah. I mean, what is Lillian Garcia known for?
Falling off the apron.
Falling off. Charlie Haas knocking her off the apron.
Braying
Like a mule.
like a mule.
How do you mean, her singing?
No, when she fell and she went like...
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So we were talking about the
Sorry.
other thing.
And then there was another time she didn't want to announce because she was singing on the show later on. Very prima donna-like. And I don't understand what it is because it's not as if she sold tickets. And it ultimately isn't that all that matters.
But surely she works for them and does what she's told.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no. She did, she said, no, Justin Roberts has to do that. So off he went. And he was very much at the bottom of the ladder in terms of announcing.
And she wasn't told, listen
Fuck off
here,
out there.
you do what we say or you're sacked.
No, because she was the favourite. Yeah. And at one point, Justin Roberts was working for Michael Cole because Cole was boss of the announcers. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He trains them, yeah.
Okay.
That's why they all sound the same.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And Chimmel was friends with Cole, so they kind of screwed over Roberts at one point, and he had to go off on some overseas trip for 2 weeks, and he wanted the time off and things like that. And of course, the other points, WWE only push who they want. You mentioned Zack Ryder, that's kind of known.
Oh man, it's a very sad story.
It
Someone
is.
who used to be so over, got over by himself with his YouTube channel. Then it's like, oh, you got so big, bring your stuff on to the WWE YouTube channel. Oh yeah, we're cancelling the show. And don't start it again, by the way. So that's it. Yeah, just killed him.
And for free, he got over for free. But, so there's, again, no surprises there. And ultimately, he leaves the company on a sad note because travel schedule, you can't sustain, especially when you're doing live shows as well as Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views. Completely understandably, I'm amazed he lasted as long as he did. But he, as well as that, was upset that he was kind of persona non grata, and he said nobody cares about the ring announcers. But why would we care about the ring? I understand they have a role to play, but again, they don't sell the tickets. Like, we'll say, I don't know who, JoJo, is she a ring announcer now?
Yeah.
I mean, she probably doesn't do a good job, but who cares?
She's hot.
She's a backstage reporter though. Does she do ring announcing as well?
No, I think she does. Well, I think she's off at the minute. I think she just had a kid, but yeah, she's ring announcer. Yeah.
But you don't change the channel because a ring announcer is bad.
No, of course not. There's only been one in the history of the entire business who's been over, and even you couldn't claim sold tickets.
No. So in conclusion, the first kind of 2/3 are really boring. The last third is very good, but it's not enough to make it a book that I'd recommend.
Does he mention AEW at all?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. When was this made?
2017.
Oh wow, that long ago.
Gian Stamos. How about this? Gian Love it. You don't know him? Okay.
And that, my friends, is
There you go.
Best seat in the house.
You're not that angry. I thought you'd be angry about it.
So did I, but when I was texting you, I was still in the midst of the family, you know. Oh, and then we went to the shops and we got a trolley and we had to use one of those tokens that you put in the trolley, and then we got the trolley out of the trolley stack
That was
and
a
we
two-parter.
covered at least 3 chapters, and then we bought the food and went home. And they're such great parents and a lovely sister.
Do you want a cup of tea?
So yeah, I believe that anyone, and he will tell you, anyone can write a book about their lives.
I mean, he's one of the last people that I would imagine should have a book.
Yeah.
Was there anything about Daniel Bryan in this? Because he got fired?
There was a bit there was a bit about the Nexus incident. Not much, maybe half a page. And then there was stuff about, remember Conor the Crusher?
Yeah.
And you know, he was, I completely understand it, upset that he was the one that organized everything and made friends with the family and got Conor backstage and meet the wrestlers and all that. But he was in no promotional videos when it came to, you know, Conor's story. That's a real shame.
Philanthropy is the future of business, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Of marketing,
Yes.
Of marketing. Oh,
Yes.
what a cunt.
Yeah.
Who's that? Stephanie?
Stephanie.
Steph.
Yeah.
Just looking at the pictures in the central spine here, Stephen.
See anything you like, Jay?
No. Like he definitely was backstage. That's for sure. I'm not but I never disputed that. You know, I would have expected him to be backstage. Well, with having a job there
and being backstage.
Yeah. No,
Best seat in the house.
You're not going to read it though.
I would rather keep the free. It sounds terrible. It sounds I don't know. I like the bit you're saying that pissed you off. That kind of interests me to see their trip to the supermarket. You know, I don't believe that someone would waste your time like that.
Yeah, and a lot of it is about the travel, and I only need to hear it once about the travel. I couldn't do that schedule, but he's talking about it. And then I you know, we flew into Atlanta, and then on from there to Albuquerque, and on from there to Nevada, and on from there to
Cucamonga.
Yeah, we don't we don't need to know now.
Well, we don't need to know. That's it.
Yeah,
Leave it at that.
That should have been Jim Ross's tagline to the book.
We'll get an OSC sticker on the front of the book. You don't need to know.
You don't know. Leave it on the shelf, lads. So there you go. That's my review. But you can cut this bit out if you find out any more information. Seems like a really nice guy.
Asterix from the book that he wrote.
From the book, from the words on the 8,000 pages book or whatever it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time limit has expired.
Excellent. Thank you, OSC. Very much
I
appreciate
quite
it.
enjoyed listening to that.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
You saved us a lot of time there.
So up next, the Lex Express.
Oh my god.
Meow.
Oh yeah, I want to hear all about it. I bet you there's 2 pages on the Lex Express.
Yeah, well, I'll wait and give you the review of the next show. Ooh.
All right, man. Thank you so much, OSC. We'll catch you next time for next OSC review. What'll it be? Who knows? Lex book that you just said. Okay. So it's goodbye from V1.
Take a fucking boo.
And OSC.
They do.
And myself, Jay Hunter. And remember, a winner is you.
Oh, meow, 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 meow.